good night. Hey everyone doing tonight. God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Michelle Street Divine. I'm also Unsolved Missing Divine. I'm here to give you a little short news on tonight. Um, a fatal shooting near Capitol. A man crashed into the barrier near Capitol and opened fire before shooting himself to police said. So after he ran into the barrier, he opened fire and saw a shooting and he wound up and shot himself. So a man driven a car struck a barrier and opened fire before fatal shooting himself. Now his car went up in flames as he was getting out. So as he was getting out, that's when his car went up into flames. Now the man fired several shots into the air and he turned the gun on himself as officer responded. This say it does not appear the man was talking to any member. It seemed like he wasn't talking to no one. So we don't know if he was just ran into the thing or he lost control. But they say it don't seem like he was talking to anyone. So several hours after the incident, Capitol Police identified the suspect as 29-year-old. The police note in a statement that it is still not clear why he closed to drive to the Capitol complex. He chose to drive there and ran right into it. Then opened fire. So they still don't know the motive of why he drove up there to the Capitol and he ran into the barrier near the Capitol. So we don't they still don't know why he did what he did. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you about the unsolved missing person. Alton Trace's family is still waiting for answers after 10 years after his disappearance. Now he a journalist 10 years after American disappearance. So he been disappearing since August the 14th, 2012. While he was reporting on the Civil War, making him one of the longest held American hostages. A show video released weeks later on YouTube and Facebook, page showing the distress that he was blindfolded. Now it was the last time he was seen. So parents said he was kidnapped in San Diego, and the FBI renewed it and called for information on him, his whereabouts. And his offer that the FBI is giving a reward for $1 million for the reward. So the FBI they renew it, and now they're getting information about his whereabouts. In the meantime, they offer $1 million for his reward. So the parent and the family is holding on to the fact that we will never know him in prison, but we will always know him as a free man. She said. This is parents been grieving for their son for 10 years. They don't want to imagine that he's dead. They will imagine that he's still alive somewhere. And that's how you got to have faith and you got to keep on praying. In their heart, they know he's not dead. He's still alive. So August disappeared 10 years ago. August the 14th, 2012. I am an unsolved missing divine, and I will try my best to give you closure on trying to locate your son. I will try my best to locate your son and give you closure. Because it's been 10 years, and I hope I can make a difference in locating your son. So that's the news on the unsolved missing. So I have an update. A lot of teachers showed us. A lot of teachers getting so frustrated, are coming back to school. We done had a rough year. Was so much crime, so much shooting in the school. It just been so much. So the teachers just really, is too afraid to come back. So I understand that all the teachers may be frustrated, And we had a year where you had so much violence and killing. You know, we really had to, we really might have to bring the Bibles and the prayer back in the school. That's what we might have to start doing. We might have to bring some Bibles in the school and start praying in the morning time. When everyone gets settled in. They used to do that years ago. We might have to bring that back. We might have to start praying. And all schools might have to start having Bibles in there. We got to do some serious praying. Because crime is coming all in the school, and I think it's sick for somebody to just come into school and just with guns and rifle like that, knowing they got small kids in the school. You know, so we had a year where it had so much violence and killing, and I wish you all can hold on. A change will come. I have a request. All across the nation. You know, um, anyone who will retire, please decide to come back and renew your teacher's license. It'll be very helpful if y'all can. Because I know that they had a couple of schools came on the page yesterday, and they're saying a lot of them came back off of the retirement and help out. Renew their license right back and start back teaching. So that would be very helpful. If a lot of them have retired, please could you think about coming off your retirement and renew your license and help out with teaching. And two, I request I came up with teacher's assistant. You've been working with the teacher for quite a while, so you should have some kind of experience, and I wonder if y'all is thinking about getting your teacher's license so you can have a full classroom or teacher, because you have many classroom is empty of shortage of the teachers, so that would be a good idea if you think about it. Because you've been working side by side with the teachers, and you can have your own classroom. So three, have it posted at job service. That you're hiring, and you're looking for teachers. So you have a lot of people go to job service looking for jobs. And they can post it, and then you can also have a job fair also. Have a job fair. Let job service know you want a job fair that you're looking for teachers. Offer to give them a little raise or something to get them to apply to be a teacher. They still need license. You don't want a bank illegal no one on staff illegal. Everyone still have to have their license. But you can post their job service, and you can also have a job fair. So that's the request I had on the shoulders of the teachers. So we talk about this man had this ran into the barren that was near the Capitol. We still don't understand why he drove up the way towards the Capitol and just ran into it, and then he just started shooting and stuff. Ran back in the car, and time he was about to get out the car, you know, and he put the gun to himself, and then his car flamed up. So we still don't know why he did that. And that's why I say, purchasing these guns and rifles, we got to do a background check. 'Cause people is just doing things and we don't know why they're doing it. So all that, the rules and regulations for purchasing guns still stand. Still stand. Had to still do background check. So that's the story on the shooting. He shot himself. After the police had after the police approached him. So we talk about the unmissing person that I'm gonna try to get the parents and the family closure on trying to locate their son. Had been missing since 10 years ago, ever since 2012. He was a reporter, and see he went up there and never came back home. So the parents figure he being hostage. The family praying and have faith that he's not dead, and that's a good idea to keep your hope alive. Your son went up there to report that he a journalist. He just went up there to do his job and never came back home. So we're gonna keep on praying, and I also will try to look for your son, because I am an unsolved missing person. And so we also talk about the shortest of the teacher. So I try to come up with something, for anyone that had retired. Please, could you think about coming off your retirement and renewing your license to help out, and teach. Too, I came up with teacher's assistant. You've been working side by side with the teachers. Now is your opportunity to have your own classroom if you think about going and get teacher's license. Everyone still have to have license, and to be very helpful. And three, I say post it at job service. Let them know, post it up that you're hiring teachers, and also have a job fair. They have job fairs at job service too, you know, and that can be very helpful too, because so many people be at job service looking for a job and looking on that board. So they'll be very helpful. Have a job fair, and also post it that you hiring teachers. you know. So that's all the show news I have for you today. And have a blessed night, and I see y'all in the next video.